He may not look like a revolutionary, but that's basically what he is. His liberal views of Islam have made Mouhanad Khorchide a sought-after partner for discussion, and not just among his students. The 41-year-old is the director of the new Center for Islamic Theology in Münster. Khorchide trains imams as well as teachers for religious instruction at German public schools, shaping the way Islam is practiced in Germany.
I don't see myself as working for someone in order to make Islam compatible with Europe. I always hear these kinds of accusations from certain Muslim groups who say, if he's teaching at a Western university, then he's already gone over to the other side. He's westernized and working on behalf of someone. But all of this is nonsense.
The smart young professor with his liberal views is popular with first-year students in Münster.
Germany needs someone like him. He raises topics few have touched on before him, like the benevolence of Islam. He's even published a book about it, and that's why I think it's really important that he portrays Islam from a different perspective.
Allah as a loving and forgiving God, rather than a punitive dictator, as portrayed by radical Islamist groups like the Salafists.
Salafists are well represented on the internet, and it's not surprising considering the massive financial support they receive, especially from the Saudis. It's not enough to criticize what they're offering. We need to offer young people some alternatives.
The University of Münster is one of 4 German institutions for further studies that offer a course in Islamic theology. Around 200 students are now enrolled in the program. Most of them want to teach Islam after they graduate, and they're badly needed. There are currently some 900,000 Muslim children in German schools. North Rhine-Westphalia was the first German state to introduce Islamic religious instruction in its schools. The others are due to follow suit. That means 2,500 teachers will be needed, and they'll need new teaching programs and textbooks. Mouhanad Khorchide has written the only one so far approved for German schools. The son of Palestinian refugees, Khorchide grew up in Saudi Arabia, where he was taught a particularly strict conservative branch of Sunni Islam, Wahhabism. Khorchide says its teachings have little to do with religion and a lot to do with politics.
Dictatorships are not at all interested in interpretations of a religion that emphasize human rights or justice or personal liberty. What they want, in fact, is the exact opposite. They want a religion that serves as an instrument of restriction, one that legitimizes their position of power in a dictatorship.
Khorchide can often be found in the university's prayer room. After all, he's not just an academic, he's also a practicing Muslim. But he says his faith does not mean the Quran is the sole measure of things. And the same goes for the Bible.
People who take everything literally have a problem with modern-day life, human rights and the rule of law. God is not interested in stoning people or cutting off their hands. God wants social order, but how this order comes about and justice prevails is a question that religions cannot answer. These are things that change along with social developments.
After work, the professor meets his son outside the institute. The two usually walk home together. Khorchide's wife often comes home late. She works in a hospital. The Khorchide family lives a modern lifestyle. Directing the new Center for Islamic Theology leaves Khorchide little time for his family. But he says the many sacrifices he's making will be worth it once his vision of a modern Islam becomes a reality.
I'm very confident that 1 or 2 generations from now, an open understanding of Islam will be the mainstream among Muslims, especially among young people. I'm trying to reach young Muslims who are looking for alternatives that are not totally harsh and restrictive, but also not so liberal that nothing remains of the religion itself.
Mouhanad Khorchide wants to use his position to modernize Islam in Germany, helping Muslim immigrants integrate into German society. Unlike in virtual soccer, there are too few opportunities in the interplay between Christians and Muslims to celebrate as one.